This question I get asked a lot. How to prepare for my first fight, or what to expect in my first fight. And I thought about the answer and explanations to tell you, but it's more simple than any philosophy. It's going to be hard, so you must be prepared really well. You must be trained really well. That's it. Okay, that's not it. But I will explain to you what I'm teaching my students who have their first fight or who have their first couple of amateur fights, is that it will be like a sprint. When you step in the ring, it's going to be like a sprint. You won't remember almost anything from that fight, from the first fights, because your heart will race, your opponent will come at you, and the atmosphere out there in the competition, it will all be overwhelming. So it's going to feel like a sprint. That's why it's really important for you to be trained really well, to do extra trainings besides your Muay Thai trainings, to do sprints, strength and conditioning, and to have a good stamina, because you will get tired really quick in your first fights, because it will be overwhelming. Your opponent will throw chaotic punches and kicks at you. Will be a total chaos in your first fight. That's the amateur way, because you won't be like a pro in your first fight. So you have to expect that it's going to be an ugly fight. It's not going to be an awesome championship fight. So you have to be prepared to face the storm that you're going to encounter in the ring. So be prepared really well. One thing that I teach my students to be more relaxed in their fight is to focus on the breathing, when sparring, to focus on the breathing, to relax themselves, to be focused on their opponent, on what techniques they have to do. And through breathing, you can relax your mind, your body. Relaxing your mind during your sparring sessions will help you relax during your fight. But seeing your opponent coming at you with punches and kicks and coming chaotic, because that's the amateur way, being relaxed will help you see those punches, see those kicks, to block them and to not get lost and to not get overwhelmed with what will happen in the ring. So try, besides being prepared real well, train real well, sprints, strength and conditioning, try to focus on controlling your breathing during your trainings. That will help you a lot. Another thing to consider when you're going to prepare for your fight is that you have to be warmed up pretty well, but not be tired or all gassed out. Try to warm up lightly, to focus on your strategy, what you want to do to your opponent, doing shadow boxing. Just keep yourself warmed up. That's a really important thing to do before your first fight, to be warmed up really well, to not stay there and watch fights and see others fighting. Won't get you warmed up. You have to keep on moving lightly, just shadow boxing, keep your body warmed up and not get tired. Drink a little bit of water, not eat a lot before your fight, just eat small, a few fruits to give you some energy, because during the fight your digestion won't work. So if you have a heavy meal, you will going to throw up in the ring, so you don't want that. Just eat small fruits, dried fruits, protein bar if you want, something consistent, but don't try to eat a heavy meal before your fight. But it's important to keep yourself warmed up, not gassed out, not hitting the pads hard, because it will empty your gas tank and you won't have enough energy in your fight. So be warmed up, but not gassed out. You won't know who you're going to fight in your first amateur fights, so be prepared to fight anybody, but focus on your strategy. Don't focus on your opponent, on how he looks, how he kicks on the pads, or what he's doing in the other corner when he's warming up. Don't focus on that. Just focus on yourself, on what you have to do. One of my fighters, before he entered the ring, he saw his opponent, and he had big biceps. And my fighter said, Flavi, he has big biceps. I think he will hit hard with his punches. He will have hard punches. And I said, don't focus on that. Focus on what you have to do. And if you're focused and you will do your job, you will win. And he did his job. He focused on his techniques, on his skills, and he won. And after the fight, I told him, so having big biceps matters in the ring? He said, no, I focused on my strategy, what you told me to do, and I won. So big biceps in the ring doesn't mean that you're going to hit hard with your punches. Maybe aesthetically looks good, but it doesn't mean that you have strong, powerful punches. That's why it's really important to focus on the strategy that your coach prepared for you, to follow the strategy that he prepared for you, because many times that will help you win. There are a lot of things to do before a fight, and telling you right now to do that, but when you will step in the ring, you will fight instinctively. You won't remember what your coach told you 2 weeks ago to do before a fight. You will fight instinctively. That's why it's really important to be consistent with your trainings, to show up every day to trainings before a fight, to practice the techniques that you want to do in the fight, because in the ring you will do what you prepared in your trainings. I hope my answers will help you in your next fight. And one important note that I want to tell you here is that you have to believe in yourself, to do your best and to forget the rest. Be consistent in your trainings, believe in yourself, and you will get the win.
I came from the mud, there's dirt on my hands. Strong like a tree, there's roots where I stand. Oh, I've been running from the law. Hope they won't shoot me down soon. They sing on a sleepless night. Try to catch me howling at the moon.